Twitter criticism, reading, I don't know what, Cgtn. Let's be happy reading Cgtn. I guess I just read that for some reason they didn't take it away. I wonder if is this correct? How China's two mountains concept shapes global green development. No, I guess it's a little, well, it's a 4-minute size, huge news. I mean, big text. It's a little different. Chinese people are talking about two mountains and stuff. Sorry. Politics. August 16, 2025. How China's two mountains concept is shaping global green development. There's a photograph, a bird's eye view of a coffee flagship store transformed from an abandoned mine pit at Yukon Village, Anji County in Wuzhou City. Eric Solheim recalled that over a decade ago, he was still worried about smog in Beijing to even run outdoors. Today, the former executive director of the United Nations Environment Program makes time for morning runs whenever he returns to the city, to Shanghai. Or Beijing, I mean. During a jog this year, Solheim noted that most vehicles on the road were, quote, quiet, pollution-free, cost-effective, end quote. New energy vehicles, a visible transformation that reflects a deep shift in China's green growth philosophy, one rooted in a concept articulated by President Xi Jinping, quote, lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets, end quote. The quote-unquote two mountains concept, which literally means green mountains and clear waters are available as mountains of gold and silver, has become a guiding principle for China's ecological efforts and a source of inspiration for sustainable development worldwide. For, of course, 100%, because without nature you will die, will intoxicate, you will have cancer and everything. As President Xi has said, quote, harmony between man and nature is a defining feature of Chinese modernization. China is a steadfast actor and major contributor in promoting global green development, end quote. Subtext, a philosophy that guides real change. First put forward in 2005 during Xi's visit to Yukon Village in East China's Zhejiang province, the quote-unquote two mountains concept has transformed from a local slogan into a cornerstone of China's national strategy. Today, China leads the world in renewable energy deployment. It had installed nearly 1,889 billion kilowatts of total renewable capacity by the end of 2024, including approximately 887 million kilowatts of solar, 521 million kilowatts of wind, and 436 million kilowatts of hydropower, which accounted for 56% of the nation's total power capacity and supplied about 35% of its electricity generation. Look, they wrote percent 56%, but the word percent, look, they wrote percent and with letters. Later I will show you that I have almost zero idea about AI, but all this energy is to make AI function, is to make AI run. And here we go. And the United States is running out of energy, you know. The quote-unquote two mountains concept has sparked interest well beyond China. A global opinion poll released by Cgtn covering 24,515 respondents from 48 countries showed that 81.6% of global respondents believe the concept has broken the traditional quote-unquote pollution first and cleaning up later model of growth. Yeah. Clifford Cobb, a leading ecological economist in the United States, has closely followed China's environmental path. He believes the idea presents a new model of development. Quote, over the past 20 years, China has proven that it's possible to protect nature while generating economic value. Cobb said, it's a win-win vision the world can lead from, end quote. Subtitle again, promoting international cooperation for a greener future. China's green development vision is helping power global cooperation. A vivid example can be found on the vast steppes of northern Kazakhstan's Akmola region, where renewable energy is transforming the local economy. Engineer Kasabay Kinlosam is part of that change. Every day, he maintains more than 40 wind turbines that are part of a major Belt and Road cooperation project between China and Kazakhstan. These turbines produce over 800 million kilowatt hours of clean electricity annually, cutting carbon emissions by 650,000 tons. As the Belt and Road Initiative moves into a new stage of high-quality development, the quote-unquote two mountains philosophy is finding growing resonance abroad. Al-Masyukin, a prominent Kazakh economist, says the concept struck a chord with him. Quote, China has become a leader in solar and wind power, and it is addressing global challenges such as climate change through action, not just words, he said. End quote. China's commitment to a shared green future goes far beyond Central Asia. It has supported low carbon development and ecological capacity building in more than 100 developing countries, particularly small island nations and African states. Through multilateral platforms like the South-South Climate Cooperation Initiative and the Belt and Roads Green Development Partnership, China is exporting not only technologies but also growth models and sustainability know-how. Its contributions to global biodiversity are equally notable. In 2022, China hosted COP15 of the Convention on Biological Diversity, helping broker the landmark Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. UN officials noted that the agreement's success owes much to China's long-standing emphasis on a quote-unquote whole-of-society approach to environmental governance. Quote, President Xi's ecological civilization thought holds great theoretical value and has also proven highly effective in practice, end quote, said Eliasson Kaganga, a Tanzanian scholar focused on protecting Lake Victoria. Quote, China's solutions, especially those that empower local people, are bringing lasting benefits to African countries and communities, end quote. And I'll try to find this, what I was saying to you, that the United States of America, they don't have electrical energy enough, I guess. Yeah, but I really don't know everything about, not ever, look right here. looks serious. They're saying, the headline says, experts in AI come back from China, astonish the electrical network of the United States. The United States power grid is so weak that they lost the war, the AI battle, and they just lost, absolutely lost. Man, I have no idea about it, but there you have. I guess I will try to read just one more from the top 5 from the highlights. Something from China, about China. Japanese Prime Minister expressed remorse over World War II. Trump Putin conclude Alaska talks with no deal over Ukraine conflict. Such a fast encounter, isn't it? But who knows? Zelensky to meet Trump on Monday following U.S.-Russia summit. And the last one is what I stand for, but is too big for my time here. Says space, August 16, 2025. China closer to man-moon landing goal after a long march. 10 rocket tests, 3 minutes bigger size. And that photo says the first stage of China's Long March 10 carrier rocket in the static fire test at the Wengshan spacecraft launch site, Hainan. My beloved Hainan. I'm going to read everything about this. Hainan, August. Oh, yeah, definitely. I love this island. China's Long March 10 carrier rocket, the country's new generation launch vehicle designed to transport astronauts to the moon, has successfully completed the first static fire test on Friday. The China Manned Space Agency, CMSA, has announced. This marks a significant new milestone in China's manned lunar exploration program and puts the country on track to meet its goal of manned missions to the moon by the end of the decade. It comes after the successful zero-altitude escape flight test of the Mengzhou manned spacecraft and the comprehensive landing and takeoff test of the Lanyu manned lunar lander, according to, a lot of text about astronomy. I don't know what I'm going to, what I want to do in Hainan. Just watch movies, I guess. Whatever, working in a factory, 10 hours a day maybe. No, maybe 5 hours a day.